much possession and how many chances you have throughout the 90 minutes. It's that one stroke of luck or one stroke of brilliance that makes the difference. It was Ghana at the end that walks away with the 3 points because of the late drama that won Yirenkyi goal, who is also the second youngest ever scorer for Ghana in the World Cup. They have ended a run of 241 minutes without a goal, and this is also Ghana's latest goal ever in a World Cup. Yirenkyi actually surpasses Asamoah Gyan's time. The latest strike before this was in 2010 in USA. What late drama. But Igor, Mace, don't we just love this late drama?
All the way up until that big drama, as you say, it was really nothing, you know. And I mean, Ghana disappointing tonight throughout the game. Second half, they lifted up tempo and rhythm. They tried more, but Panama must be gutted now, you know. I really feel sorry for these guys. First World Cup, they deserved even to win this game throughout the first half performance and the chances they created and bravery they showed. You know, it's not easy to go there and have a really good game against far better individual players. Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I think what it does is it shows you the difference of domestic football. Now, that may seem daft, but when these players are playing week in, week out in the top leagues in Europe, they have that little bit extra stamina, that extra bit more, a little bit more about them. When you're playing in the lesser leagues, the intensity aren't there when you're playing in a Premier League team or you're playing in a Ligue 1 team or a Bundesliga. It's just slightly different, and you could see they were tiring as that went on. The last 10, 15 minutes, Panama just started to run out of legs, and that's where Ghana just capitalised and managed to get that late goal.
You know, in the pre-show, we discussed how Ghana were too dependent on these moments of brilliance in attack. Well, that's all that they eventually needed. That one moment, it was late into stoppage time. We thought this was going to be just the second 0-0 draw that we've seen so far. But there you have it, and that's all that matters.
One misjudged tackle here on the left side. Great run and easy to score. No? Panamanians were defending really well throughout the night, and it was really difficult to see them suffering so much in that late minute, you know. Here, this is the crucial moment. You need to take this player down because the seconds are running out. Nothing there to risk.
Take a yellow card. You have to take a yellow card there. That's what Igor's saying, is that when somebody's going down the wing like that and they've got the opportunity to go past you, you've got to be aware that he's got a free run down towards the goal line. That's exactly when you've got to go in, and that's being called professional. You take a professional foul and you take a yellow card. He didn't skip past the challenge. Great ball across the box, the face of the box, and, you know, it is what it is. I mean, he's tried to put it over the top by the looks of it because he hit the roof of the net instead of just going into the back of the net. He nearly missed it, exactly. So, but they all count. They all count at the end of the day. And like you said earlier, Curry, the only thing that matters is usually the numbers that are right at the top of the screen, which says 1-0 in favour of Ghana.
I feel sorry. I was really close. I remember now to get the result. Prediction, no?
Yeah, very close, but that doesn't. You're very close, but doesn't matter.
I was close. I was closer.
94 minutes and 5 seconds.
You were closer.
That's when Ghana scored that goal. But up until then, if you're only just joining us, or if you joined us towards the latter half of this match, it was all Panama. All the chances, the attack, few and far between. None from Ghana. Most of them, all of them, coming from Panama.
Yeah, the first half, yes. Ghana didn't have a shot in the first half, even though, you know, they just were all at sorts and all at sea. To be fair, the keeper, Ziggy, had a fantastic outing in that first 45 minutes. A couple of really big, strong, powerful saves, commanded his box extremely well. But Panama didn't back down. They were getting wide, they were getting balls in, they were going through the middle and getting balls in. But it was just that final touch in that penalty box that let them down. No one could get on the end of things. And again, just lacking that extra little bit of quality, that's all.
You know, when we were seeing the halftime match stats, Ghana had 0 attempts, 0 on goal, and their XG obviously was 0, and it was all Panama. It was all one way. This is what they're going to be ruining the most, Igor, at the end of this game, because let's not forget that their other 2 fixtures are extremely difficult. They have to face England and Croatia. If they had to make something out of this World Cup, this was their only chance.
I would say they won this game based on experience and leg energy. You know, as Paul mentioned before, Panama players were running out of the energy as the game was closing down. And you could feel last 10 minutes that gaps are opening in their defense, that Ghana players are running between them, between the lines, and pushing really hard to use that experience and finish and kill the game.
But let's take a look at the match stats. And we saw them at halftime, and it was all Panama. Of all the stats, of course, that we're showing you right now, the most important one, the only one that will matter eventually is the one that's right on top, that one goal for Ghana. But look at that. Lions' share of possession for Panama. They had many more attempts. These 2 attempts on target that you're seeing for Ghana only came in the second half, and means that XG has considerably, comparatively gone up.
As you just said there, they've had more possession, more passes. Yeah, well done, Panama. Yeah.
Even the recovery time.
You've lost one.
Full recovery
That's
time,
all it is.
10 seconds better than Ghana. That is telling you about commitment, which was not there today from Ghana players.
Yep.
And Carlos Queiroz cannot be satisfied with this performance. He is probably the happiest man in the world now because they won in the added time, but performance is not giving him any optimism for the future two games.
Correct.
Feel Panama were robbed today?
Not robbed, no, because they didn't win, and you've got to win on your own merits. You know, you do have to have that little bit of luck, but you do have to have
a team with more merit.
No, but you've got to have that little bit of quality. You said they've had more possession, they've had more shots, they've had more this. Yeah, well done, brilliant. Igor said earlier about tiki-taki football is dying, right? Which it is this World Cup, because we're seeing teams playing a lot more direct, right? So you're trying to big up Panama for having attempts at goal. Is that not the opportunity, and is that not what you're supposed to do in football, is score goals? So that's what Panama did, but they didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And if you don't do that, you don't deserve to win. It is as simple as that. The whole game is about goals. And if you score, you win. Simple.
It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter if it's clean or dirty. As long as you get the points and you get the goal, that's all that matters. But if we take a look at Group L, England and Croatia played out earlier. England picked up all 3 points in a fantastic goal fest, witnessing 6 goals. Ghana versus Panama, we know that ended in favor of Ghana with that late drama. However, now Ghana has to play England and Croatia, and same for Panama. You see Panama picking up any points this World Cup?
Would you like to take this off? I don't want to watch it.
Don't. I was not asking about Croatia. I honestly was only asking from the perspective of Panama. Okay, it's time for a very short break right now, but on the other side,